All right, what's going on, guys? So this feels everything but normal. I'm sitting upstairs in my room, just looking outside, having a little coffee, and I was thinking, this week I was supposed to be, it's spring break for my family. I know many of you guys had spring break last week, but for us, it's spring break this week. So I was thinking, we were supposed to be in Washington, D.C. We're going to take the kids up to Washington, D.C. We're going to watch the Washington Nationals versus Braves game. We were going to go to the Capitol building and go to see the Washington Monument, go to the White House. We were doing all this because my son really likes University of Virginia baseball. He gets that from his DD, is my father-in-law. And so we were going to go up there and see the college and do all that. And I was thinking, but now we're not able to do that because life has just become so unnormal, if that's a word. It feels everything but normal right now. So what do we do with this new normal of digital learning and being at home and only being able to communicate via these messages or whatever it may be? What do we do with this new normal? Because personally, for me, it's been hard to adjust to this new normal. I mean, for one thing, my time, the schedule is different. My wake up time's different. My food eating habits are different. Probably not for the better either, especially when you have access to a pantry and a kitchen that's just always available. Anyways, my work time has been changed around. When do I do work? When do I play? When do I hang out with my wife and kids? Or when do I clean and do chores? Or it's been hard to adjust to this new schedule. It's also been hard to adjust to the new ways of communications, doing online videos like this, very little personal person-to-person interactions. It's hard to communicate via these Zoom calls and stuff. It's been definitely a learning thing. It's also been hard for me to adjust being at home all day and not being able to see other people. I love my family. I do. But it has been hard not being able to see my church family, not being able to see you guys, not being able to see my other friends and other family members. It's been hard to do digital learning. It's been very, very hard adjusting in so many ways. But I was thinking, it was literally this time, 2,000 plus years ago, when Jesus was in this same boat and the disciples had to adjust to what was going to be a new normal very soon. It was the Wednesday before the crucifixion and resurrection of Christ. And there's a story in scripture where Jesus was at Simon the leper's house. He was in Bethany, and basically he's in there with his disciples. He's probably teaching, and it says Jesus was leaning back, and this woman brings this bottle of perfume and she dumps it on Jesus's head, and the disciples start freaking out. They're like, "What are you doing? What are you, crazy?" And they literally said, maybe not literally, but they said, "What are you doing? We could have used that perfume for the poor. We could have sold it and given to the poor." And Jesus interrupts them. He stops them. He says, "Why are you bothering this woman? She has done a beautiful thing for me." And I'm reading out Matthew 26 and 6 through 13. And he stops him. He said, "What are you doing? She has done a beautiful thing. The poor you will always have, but you won't always have me." What she is doing when she poured this perfume on him, she did it to prepare him for burial. And this was the Wednesday before the crucifixion of Christ. The disciples were about to encounter this new normal without Jesus physically on earth. And we're encountering a new normal as well. Maybe not Jesus being not on earth, even though that would have been really cool to be alive back then, or maybe not. But I know this new normal involves some cool things. It involves some new practices. It is nice to be at home and to develop some maybe healthier habits. I know many of you guys have joined us in our Bible study through this Easter season, and we'll start another one as soon as Easter's over. And I want to encourage you guys to join that Bible study. But there's been a lot of good things and new practices that we can get involved in with this new normal. There's probably been some better study habits, or maybe you've done some more reading. You've been able to think a little clearer because you're not bombarded with all this social media or these your friends, going after your head and going after your mind. And maybe you've been able to process through some things. Maybe you've developed some new skills during this time. Maybe you've cooked a little, or you built a fort, or you've interacted with your family more than you probably ever thought you would have. So my question for you guys as we wrap up is, which ways have you grown stronger in this new normal? I hope to look at the book of Acts in the next couple of weeks as we look at the new normal that the disciples went through. Psalms 9 and 10 says, and it's a good one to carry us out of this week and into the next week: the Lord is a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. Those who know your name will trust in you, for you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek you. And that's Psalms 9 and 10. So as you seek Christ through this holy week and throughout the rest until we meet again, I want to encourage you to continue growing deep in your faith, continue to adjust to this new normal. Maybe there's some practices that you haven't yet picked up. There's still time. I think we're going to be digital learning for a little bit longer. But how are you seeking out Christ, especially as we journey to the cross this week with Easter and the resurrected Christ on Sunday? So I want to encourage you, tomorrow night at 7 p.m., we've got a Monday, Thursday service. It'll be live on Facebook. You can also stream it from our website, hmumc.org. And then Sunday, we've got a 7 a.m. Sunrise service. That'll be live on our website, and then also 11 a.m. service. And we've got some other fun things going throughout the week, but I just wanted you guys to know we love you. We're still here. We're here for you. We're praying for you and your families, and just keep seeking after Christ this week. This new normal might not last, hopefully won't last too much longer, and then an even newer, better normal will be here. But we're here with you guys. We're praying for you, and I hope you have a great rest of the week.